This presentation begins our tour of Berlin, Germany, and will cover the Wall Museum, and the Holocaust Memorial. This slide shows the division of Germany following the war, divided into West Germany and East Germany, and note that Berlin is totally within East Germany. In 1949, the Federal Republic of Germany and the German Democratic Republic were established. East Germany was controlled by Russia. Berlin was also divided, with East Berlin controlled by Russia. West Berlin was within East Germany, and therefore the wall completely circled West Berlin, as you can see in this photo. The German Democratic Republic government was desperate because its population, particularly its intellectual elite, were leaving. During the period between 1950 and 1961, 3.8 million people left East Germany for personal, economic, and political reasons. This is some of the remaining wall that has been left as a monument to that era. And on the right, the photo there embedded shows where the wall has been removed, and in place of the wall they've put bricks and names of areas. So that little section down there is just a photo of where the wall used to be. It happened during the night of August 13, 1961. Overnight, the main traffic routes were shut down, roads blocked, and access is denied by 38,000 border guards. Where on the day before trains were still running, the tracks were now dug up. Where on the day before children played in the streets, there was now a barbed wire fence. The wall around West Berlin was almost 100 miles long and included the sewers and underwater and 100-meter wide death strip, no man's land. This display was about a city block away from our Airbnb apartment, and it is a display of part of the wall. On the right side, you can see a section there of the wall. The legs or the feet sticking out to the left would have been in the east side of the wall. And then at the top, a kind of a barrel structure was employed to keep people from crawling over in some way over the top. On the left, that's the sign originally that you were entering into the American sector there at Checkpoint Charlie. These photos are of Checkpoint Charlie. On the right are photos of the original time, the real Checkpoint Charlie. The upper left, that's today. In the middle of the street, there was this little structure with a sign above that says you are entering the American sector. And there are two soldiers apparently on duty when we were there. In the museum, we asked about this scene, and we were told that they were not real soldiers and that it was a commercial endeavor. They invited you to take photos of yourselves with Checkpoint Charlie. We didn't take a photo because it was raining. This is a photo of the section of the wall where a canal runs through it, and the area is called the Death Strip. I do not have the identification for the items listed as numbers, but you can see across this 300-foot wide area various obstacles, including ramps and stairs and all kinds of things to stop vehicles or persons from getting across this death strip. The Checkpoint Charlie Museum is extensive. There are many stories of escape attempts and a lot of reading of materials that were published at the time. We spent about 2 hours there and grew tired of reading about the horrible things that went on. Comments were published that the USA and Allies did nothing out of fear of a Third World War. On the left, this photo illustrates an escape by converting a 100-gallon fuel tank to 16 gallons and concealing the person in the tank and then driving across the border. On the right, a musician who had permission to cross the border concealed his girlfriend in a speaker box. The story says that the border guard even commented on the fine equipment that the musician had. This escape involved remodeling 2 suitcases. You can see on the right, pointing to an area where part of the end was cut out, and on the left, put the 2 suitcases side by side, and the young lady is laying in those across the 2 suitcases. In this escape, a zip line was made by throwing a hammer with a line to helpers on the other side, and then using the vest and wheel provided escape for a family. This is the Holocaust Memorial site in Berlin. This site consists of 4.7 acres and is covered with 2,711 concrete boxes. Those are those boxes that you see there covering that wide area. The boxes vary in height from about 8 inches to almost 16 feet. In putting this together, I didn't remember that the site was so large. These photos were taken looking across the area at the tops of the boxes. You can see the variations in height. When we were going there, we didn't realize that there was a museum underneath, and so we had not planned on that and did not make it, but we have seen plenty other Holocaust museums. These photos show you some of the taller concrete boxes there in the Holocaust Memorial. The museum holds the names of all known Jewish Holocaust victims. The Information Center begins with a timeline that lays out the history of the final solution, from when the Nazis took power in 1933 through the murder of 500,000 Soviet Jews in 1941. The Room of Families focuses on the fates of 15 specific Jewish families. This is a memorial in Berlin dedicated to the 96 members of the German Congress who spoke out against Hitler, but failed to stop him as he came into power in 1933. These were the last people who could have stopped the fascist dictator, so they were imprisoned and then became his first victims. Each slate slab remembers one politician with his name, political party, and the date and location of his death, generally in a concentration camp. They are honored in front of the building, the Germany's capital, where they worked to defend democracy in their country. This is a memorial to the gypsies that were murdered by the Nazis. This memorial was opened in 2012, just 3 years before we were there. The memorial is for somewhere between 220,000 and 500,000 gypsies that were murdered by the Nazi. This is a memorial in Berlin set up by the Soviet Union to honor the 80,000 Soviet soldiers who were killed in the Battle of Berlin. On a lighter note, we saw several of these vehicles around Berlin. They're beer wagons or beer cycles. Each one of those customers there on the vehicle are pedaling in order to have some pedal power for that beer wagon. And on the right, you may be able to guess, these are the signs for pedestrians to stop or to go. This is the Berlin Cathedral. We stepped inside and found that there was a fee to go any further inside the cathedral. So again, we had seen so many cathedrals that we decided not to go any further.